Welcome to Garage Gym Athlete Ask Me Anything. It's pretty simple. I'll be answering questions from the thousands of athletes that follow our daily programming. If you have a question or topic you want submitted, go to garagegymathlete.com/AMA. Let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. Jerred Moon here with Ashley Hicks. How's it going?
Going great.
And Joe Courtney. How you doing, man?
Ashley, welcome to the first AMA. Welcome to Wednesday.
Thank you for allowing me to be a part of the Cool Kids Club.
She is part of the AMA, and it's a new style AMA. So this is just all sorts of new things happening right now. So this is an Ask Me Anything. We're calling it the Ask Me Anything News Cycle Quick Fire Question Answer Session. No, so we have Joe basically jotted down 8 very common questions that we get anytime a new cycle kicks off. I let them know that I could probably talk about each one of these for 10 minutes. So we're going to try and keep each one to around a minute. I can be a talker at times, so we'll see what happens, but I'm going to shoot for 60 seconds. Not just me, all of us within 60 seconds. Joe, you don't have to read the question fast. But the answers might come quick. You guys might have to rewind. So on the clock, wait, I will use a stopwatch. You guys just won't be able to see it. It's more for like
pressure,
more fun. Wait, I'm still trying to figure out how to use a Garmin.
It's going to be like, when you do the Emmys or whatever, and they tell you to wrap up your speech.
I have mine already ready. Because I do a quick button, custom button, Garmin does that.
Don't even. Okay. All right. I won't start it until you read the first question. So first question, what do you have? Wait. Let's go ahead and determine an order. Who wants to go first?
This like turning this into a game?
All right.
Since I'm reading it, I'm gonna. Oh, I was to say, since I'm reading it, I'll just say my first thing real quick, and then I'll pass it on to Ashley.
You go. Ashley goes. I go.
Okay. Cool. Are we happy now?
I'm good.
For the quick fire.
Ask me anything. Quick fire. Let's do
10 minutes later. Okay. First one is. So this is just a brief overview. How are these cycles structured? And the main thing that I will say is that each week it's comprised of 4 workout days with a 5th optional day. And you can do them in any order you want on any day of the week you want, whatever you want, depending on what your schedule is like.
Yep. And then the cycles are 12 weeks long. You've got 3 deload weeks in there as well. So you're nice and balanced.
You guys are just going to steal it all to where I don't have anything to say. So they nailed it. Next question. That was 28 seconds.
Well, okay.
Wait, okay. So they're 12 weeks long. They're 4-week waves. So every 4 weeks is kind of a great time period to come into the training. There's deload, where we're doing body geometry and a lot of zone 2 work. And every 12 weeks, we kind of change up the focus of each cycle.
Next, what are some tips you have for the apps or a quick app rundown for those? So one thing that I will go into is that if you need to know any demo videos for exercises, there's usually a demo video, a small red button in that thing. Or if there isn't one listed because it's a circuit, then we always have an exercise finder at the bottom of every workout. You can just search for whatever you're looking for and pull up the video that way.
Those 3 dots at the bottom right, more ... has a lot of links and documents, that help you out there, because that's where you'll find those exercise helpers as well as track changes. And then also pay attention to the colors and the lettering when you look. So for supersets. So if it's a B, and it's the same color, you want to do those one right after the other kind of thing.
Okay, she stole my app tip. So my app tip is going to move to going to the actual exercises themselves and possibly changing or setting your max, pinning your max, if you will. Like what our app will do is calculate your max. So if you were to do like some crazy amount of weight for 15 reps, it's going to be like, you're way stronger than you think you are. And it's going to auto adjust your, like, say, squat max. And that can be annoying when you get into later sets. And you're like, whoa, I shouldn't be lifting off 50 pounds heavier than this. But you can go into the app where like back squat is, and like lock it. And so you can lock it to where this is my max, don't change it, and then it won't change anymore. So that's my tip for the app.
Next, and this one is the big one, is probably the most popular one that we get every single time somebody new changes, and that is, and I'm going to kick it to Jerred first on this before me, and that is blocks. What are the blocks and tips on staying in the blocks?
Yeah, so the blocks, they are 10 minutes of training, and that doesn't mean every single thing is broken down into 10 minutes. It can be 3 blocks, 4 blocks. We can have 5 blocks. So each workout should fit into 1 hour. That last block we call the invisible block. That's where you waste time, check your phone, all these things, transition with weights. So we program 5 blocks, so 50 minutes worth of training to stay within the blocks. You just need to time cap yourself if it's at a block and move on. That's the biggest thing. And then you'll find out over time that you're going to get fitter and more efficient and be able to fit all the training in as you should.
I will second what Jerred said, just move on. Or if you want to take a little bit, if you have a little more time, like more than 60 minutes or more than 30 minutes, depending on what track you're on, then, you can take a little longer if you need to.
And block 0 is our warm-up. That is the first block. It's started at block 0. We always program a warm-up every day. Warm-up should just take you about 10 minutes, but you don't need to do our warm-up, but you have to warm up. So you can do the block 0 that we have programmed, but you don't have to do what we do as long as you're doing something for 10 minutes before you're starting block 1. Next, this won't take 60 seconds, is their sample program.
GarageGymAthlete.com/2020.
Correct.
If it's the year 2020.
100 points to Gryffindor. No, okay.
It's free. We don't ask for email address or anything. Just go there, get it, look at it, train.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Equipment. What are some equipment or common equipment that we will be using for the programming, what you might need and don't need or fun to have? So barbell and rack, call it first. Next.
Kettlebells. You can use dumbbells too.
Typically only need 1 kettlebell, but the more the merrier.
Pull-up bar, plyometric box, I'd add to those things. I think that covers just about everything.
Yep. Sometimes we do have med ball stuff that are programmed, but most times we can sub those with a kettlebell or something, depends on what the stimulus we're going for. And same thing with the sandbag, but I think we did an entire AMA on subbing and stimulus and stuff like that. But just more the thing is, if you need help with it, just reach out, post in the feed, post in the closed Facebook group, whatever it is.
The funniest thing that we do is program reverse hyper and say, do Superman. It really should be the other way around. Do Supermans and then scale up with the reverse hyper if you have one. Hey, I'm the one who does it. I write the programming, but it's because I have a reverse hyper and I want you all to have a reverse hyper too one day. So that's why I just leave it in there. But yeah.
Well, if you have boxes, just stack the boxes and kick your heels.
Yeah.
That's what I would always do. All right. If you want to add some additional training, additional running, you have cardio goals or another event, how would you go about adding those? I mentioned before that you can there's 4 program days per week and then a 5th optional day. So feel free to have that 5th optional day be the extra training that you want to do, cardio and whatnot.
Listen to your body. If you need a rest day, take a rest day, but I would use maybe the Thursday or Sunday as a running day for you if you want to get in all of the 4 days of our training. But yeah, that's my suggestion.
I would say assess how serious your goal actually is, because this is just anecdotal now, so this is for me alone, but I've done Spartan Beast and everything in between with not really doing anything extra, like just doing the hard to kill track. The only time I add something is if I'm doing like the 100-mile bike race, because that's a little bit more serious, longer duration. So I will add more cycling, like they said. But if you have like what's the middle tier Spartan race called? The super? Yeah. If you're doing a super Spartan race or whatever, and you're following hard to kill, you probably don't need any additional training. So, and anything less than that, you really don't need any additional training. So the training is pretty well suited for most things. But maybe, throw in some more running if there's going to be running or whatever.
What do you do if you don't have a garage? We are an equal opportunity programming fitness group, and although we like to tease Globo gyms and those types, plenty of people don't have their own garages or gyms or live in cities, or like me, are military and work out at military gyms. So everything can still be done. Sometimes you got to get a little creative, but actually you dealt with that in jolly old London.
England, but yeah. Yeah, I worked out at a military base for years, and then you can do it in your house if you are not, or if you're on the no gear track. Let's say Rona's still ruining some things for you. You can just do it in your living room. You can do it outside. Get creative. You can find a space and take some equipment outside and do it out there.
When I started my first official start as a garage gym athlete, I went to a field where there was a railroad tie, and that was all I used. And then I got a pair of rings. And then after a pair of rings, I built a plyometric box. After that, I bought a barbell. So you don't need a lot. You can really do anything, anywhere. But if you are in the basement dwellers, or you go to a gym or whatever, you're going to be covered. It doesn't really matter where you're at. The programming is effective wherever you train.
And to cap it off, let's talk about form fail and then form with tempo. So I'll just talk about form with tempo. And that is one of the benefits of tempo lifting, which we'll program, in which the strength track is going to start off with this cycle, is that the slow and controlled reps, you can really dial in your form, make sure you're paying attention, just as long as you have the right load, the right weight to do so. So pay attention to your form, especially with tempo, because you're going to be spending a lot of time under tension with those, and then that will help you when we move to dynamic and explosive efforts.
Yeah, I think form should be important no matter what you're doing. And again, I love tempo for that reason, Joe. And then just make sure that you're never doing something too heavy that you, A, can't do it with correct form, or B, you're going to hurt and injure yourself.
Yeah, so form is always something I try and preach in the athlete briefs. Weight is a magnifying glass. So to put that in perspective with other things, alcohol is a magnifying glass. If you know a friend or somebody and they get tipsy or whatever, if they're more of an asshole, they're probably just an asshole. And they're drinking and they're just showing them their true selves. Same with money. If someone finds a bunch of money, or, wins a lottery or whatever, and they do a bunch of crappy things with their money, that's just probably who they are, and the money magnifying that. Now, weight is the same kind of magnifying glass. If you have crappy form, you're trying to cheat reps, and then you add a bunch of weight over time, it's going to expose all those weaknesses and end up in a horrific injury. So fix the form now, drop the ego, and really stay focused on very intentional repetitions every time you do them. That's it. Quick fire. Ask me anything. Awesome. Loved it. Well, that's it for this one, guys. If you are listening on the podcast, please 5-star review, positive comment helps us out. And then YouTube, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, let us know what you like. Let us know how you loved this new style, and with Ashley here as well. So even better. So that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed today's Ask Me Anything episode. So one more time, if you want to submit a question, topic, or idea, you can do so at garagegymathlete.com/AMA. And hey, while you're there, if you haven't already, sign up for Garage Gym Athlete membership. We are the best community and programming on the internet. I dare you to try and prove me wrong.